Hi guys. No. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing brows. So I'm gonna give you guys an eyebrow tutorial. I had a friend of mine that inboxed me like a few days ago and she asked me to do a brow tutorial, and I noticed that I've never really like done an actual brow tutorial. So why not? And like I think it was like 2, 3 weeks ago, I got on the Anastasia Beverly Hills PR list. I know some of my followers know about it. Some of you guys probably don't, but she did send me like a lot of makeup and she sent me like all of the brow products. So I was like, why not go ahead and just use some of the Anastasia brow products? Like, why not? So honestly, I always use the brow wiz. This is something that I buy with my own money. Even if I wasn't on the PR list, I probably would still be using this. And I'll show you the two brushes that I'm gonna be using. This is just gonna be to carve out my eyebrow with concealer. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 18 brush. It's just a really flat concealer brush. And then I'm gonna be using the Anastasia A10 brush. This is just like a blending brush. Of course, people would just use it for their eyeshadow, but I also use it to blend out my concealer to get a nice like airbrush finish for the most part. But I'll show you how. We're gonna get it real close and personal so y'all can see all of my texture, honey, these bags, everything. All right, so the first thing that you're gonna need is a handheld mirror. You can use something a little bit bigger, but I do like to use something more so like pocket size, to be honest. So that way I can kind of like keep it down here, and I like to angle my mirror this way so I can really, I don't even know why I do it this way. It's really just comfortable, but it really helps me be more precise with the way I want my brows to look. My brows have not been like threaded or waxed in like 3.5 months. I probably go like every blue moon, like when I just really let my brows get out of control and I want somebody to give me like a natural shape up or whatever. But for the most part, I do my brows on my own with tweezers, and that's it. So yeah, I don't really have like a brow lady that I go to out here in LA. Okay, if you hear anything, it's my cat. Like, she really tripping right now. She's like all over the house. But anyways, I used to have a brow lady that was in San Diego. I think it was like a Beauty by Dolly or something like that. And I used to go to her like faithfully like every 2.5 weeks or so. But in LA, I don't have anybody that I really go to like that. But I went to some random place downtown LA like a few months ago. But anyways, I'm gonna take my spoolie. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color medium brown. I don't use dark brown unless I'm trying to be a little bit more dramatic, but like for a natural day, I'll use medium brown. You can use a pencil, you can use this pencil, you can use dip brow, you can use a powder, whatever you feel comfortable with using, but I like to use this because of the precision. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but it's like a really, really pointy or whatever. But I'm gonna take my mirror, I'm gonna angle it downwards, and I'm gonna look into it, and I'm gonna start on the outer corner. And these are like really light strokes. I don't feel like your brow should pass this area here. But I'm gonna go back in and clean it up and make that a little bit shorter, but I am doing the lightest stroke that I possibly can just to keep it very natural. Basically, you just wanna fill in the more sparse areas. You don't have to really go so heavy on the areas that already have a little bit of hair. One day, I'm gonna do a tutorial on showing you guys how to do brows for someone that don't actually have brows. So that'll be something cool to do. Now I'm gonna go in the front and just kind of like line the lower area. Hell, honestly, that already look good. Don't judge my skin today, it hates me. It's time for another chemical peel, to be honest. I don't really like to overdraw my brows. I don't like my brows to be like extremely dark or anything to look like unnatural. But if you're a person that don't really have like a lot of hairs or anything like that, I can understand. That is totally fine. So I'm gonna use the spoolie to like blend everything together. Honestly, I feel like I don't have to go in with any concealer, but just to highlight my brow bone and accentuate my arch. I'm just gonna do it anyway. So yeah, that looks really good. So no feel. And then I'm gonna take my MAC concealer. It's like one of those little duo ones. Oh my God, it's so old. Girl, I don't even know what this is. Don't judge me. I'll figure out the name and I'll probably like list it somewhere so you guys can see what it is. So I'm gonna take the cool tone color here and I'm just gonna take the Anastasia number 18 brush and pick up a nice amount. I don't really like to use a lot of concealer under my brows or anything like that. I just feel like it's kind of unnecessary. But some people do like to use like a heavy amount of concealer, whatever floats your boat. Everybody do makeup different, do your thing. But for a more natural effect, I just take a nice, about this much, not too much at all. And I like to start, basically angle that mirror back to where it was. And I'm just gonna start right under the arch. You can barely even see the concealer because it's really close to my skin tone. And that's what I prefer, to be honest. But I understand, like, if you were going out at night or if you were doing something slightly more dramatic, then of course you probably would want to go with something a little bit lighter, not even that much lighter than your skin tone. You barely can even tell that I have it. Oh my God, my cat is everywhere. She's like, what is this stuff? What is this? Why are you? Girl, get back, sis. Please don't knock over this this phone, girl. I cannot. Anyways, going back in with a little bit more concealer. She's about to take my eyebrow pencil from me. Amethyst, could you please, honey? So I'm looking back into the mirror and just blend downward. Basically, I'm just cleaning up. I do not like to go on the top of my like brow or anything like this because I just really feel like it makes everything look like it's floating. It doesn't look that natural when you go on the top, to me. But I do see like a lot of people like put in concealer here, like a lot of concealer or whatever. If that works for you, do your thing, but that's just something that I'm not a big fan of because I feel like, I'm sorry, God, I can't talk. It makes me feel like it looks very unnatural and it looks like your brows are like floating, especially if you're in a club and somebody taking pictures with flash, girl. It don't look that well. So now the concealer is still there. Honestly, if you want to stop at this point, do your thing. But after I'm done with that, oh my God, Amethyst. Okay. So either you could take your like ring finger here and you can just blend downwards, or I like to take my blending brush here. Amethyst is not gonna let me finish this at all. Sorry guys. So I like to take my blending brush and just go in and basically just go back and forth and buff it out until you can't really even see it. Honestly, you couldn't see it anyway. But this just gives me like more of a natural brow and everything looks way more airbrush afterwards. And that's how you do your brows. Okay, well that's how you do the fill-in part and that's how you do the concealer. And then of course afterwards I like to take Anastasia clear brow gel. You can of course use something with color if you feel like you need a little bit more of a feel. But I take clear and I just basically run that upwards in the front. Stop. All right, so I like to take that and run it upwards and then start to basically go into my brow shape. Wham, honey. And that is basically how you fill in your eyebrow. It doesn't look that big of a difference from this side. Yes, it does, I'm lying. It looks totally different. It looks way more fuller. It looks fuller. Anyways, I'll be right back. I'm about to go do my full face off camera. BRB. All right, guys, so this is the finished look with brows and everything. Let me know if you guys have any questions, if there is something else that you want me to go over. If you would like, I could go over this whole look. I think my next video might end up being like an eye tutorial, maybe like a really simple eye tutorial. This time I used like the Subculture palette by Anastasia and Beverly Hills, and I used what did I use? Rustic and Clear Cut by Play With Cosmetics on my lips. But yeah, so you know, if you guys need any more tutorials on anything else, if there's something else that you would like to see, let me know. But yeah, just make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, post, all that good stuff. Welcome to the fam, blah, 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 blah. But thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you want to see next. Bye.